Hi everyone, Aaron here for Zollotech, and Apple released watchOS 26.2 to the public. watchOS 26.2 is available around the world at the same time for everyone on all watchOS 26 supported devices. Now, if you're wondering how to install the update and you haven't already, you can do it one of two ways. The easiest way is just go on your iPhone, go to your Watch app, then go down to General, and then Software Update. You'll see the update here. And if you're a beta tester, you can turn off the update, as the RC version was the same version as this. You just had it a little bit early. You can also find it under Settings and Software Update as well on the watch, but it's just easier to do it from the app. The overall update came in at 4.7 gigabytes for me when I installed the RC, so your update may vary depending on which version you're installing from and which watch you're installing to. If you do have a large update and you're finding it's taking a very long time to install, you can actually speed that up by turning off Bluetooth. If you go into your settings, go down to where you have Bluetooth. Within Bluetooth, just go ahead and turn it off. So you'll scroll all the way down, then turn it off, and then it will force it to update via Wi-Fi. So that actually speeds up the overall install process if it's a very large update. Just make sure you turn it back on after you're done installing. Now let's go ahead and take a look at the build number and talk about what's new. So we'll go into our settings. Under settings, we'll go down to General, then About. As you can see, the build number is 23S303. That's the same build number we had with watchOS 26.2 RC. So if you had the RC, you already had the version early. Now, as far as new features, well, the first thing has to do with sleep score. Apple actually refined this with new scores. We can again find this within our settings. Within settings, if we go back under the main page here, what we want to do is scroll down until we find sleep. So we'll keep scrolling, and under sleep, if we scroll down quite a bit, keep scrolling down, you'll see sleep score notifications. This is also a new feature where we have the option to turn this on or off. So we can turn on sleep score notifications based on the overall settings of the points we want to be notified at. So you can see we have all of the different ratings. From 0 to 40 is very low now. They've changed this. Low is 41 to 60 points. Okay is 61 to 80 points. High is 81 to 95 points. And very high is 96 to 100 points. If we don't want to be notified for any one of these variants, we can of course turn that off now as well. If we go into reminders, there's a new feature here that carries across to watchOS 26.2. If we create a new reminder, there's a new option for urgent. If we enable this, it can then alarm on our devices. So it can remind us at a specific date and time, and also set an alarm for that at that date and time. So let's go ahead and try it and show you how it works on the watch. So the reminder is set, and you can see it on the Apple Watch as well as the iPhone and respond. So we can stop it or snooze it, and you'll also see it on the iPhone here to go along with it. And the reminder is persistent and stays in the dynamic island until you take action on that reminder. Another feature coming to Apple Watch very soon is Apple Fitness Plus in 28 new markets. Apple announced this on their Apple Newsroom, and it starts on December 15th, so this coming Monday. And you'll see it says in the largest expansion since launch, the service will be available in Chile, Hong Kong, India, Japan, the Netherlands, Singapore, Taiwan, and more, and adds dubbing in Spanish, German, and Japanese. So I'll link this in the description if you want to check it out yourself and see all of the different versions here and all the different countries it's releasing in as well. Also found within watchOS 26.2 are new notifications in specific regions. You can see this on iOS 26.2, and if we scroll down to notifications, then scroll all the way to the bottom, you'll see we have a new section for enhanced alerts or enhanced safety alerts. Under this, we have alerts for earthquake alerts, imminent threat alerts, and improve alert delivery. This carries across over to your watch as well, so you'll get all of these same notifications, typically in the United States. Also in the European Union, Apple has actually changed the way that your iPhone can share its networks with the Apple Watch. For example, maybe you walk into a hotel, you sign into their Wi-Fi, and your watch is with you on your wrist. It can then share the Wi-Fi network directly with it. However, with the new regulation now in the European Union, they actually made it so maybe your Apple Watch is not with you when you sign into that Wi-Fi network. If it's an unknown network to both your iPhone and your watch is not with you or it's turned off, when you sign in with your iPhone, it will not sign in with the Apple Watch or update it when they return back together. So that's something new that complies with some new rules in the European Union. There's a couple bug fixes as well worth mentioning. One of them has to do with the Music app. So maybe you're using music, maybe you're listening to music, and then you go to advance maybe to the next song. For whatever reason, sometimes it just won't advance to that next song if you tap next. That was an issue in the previous update. It's since been resolved with watchOS 26.2. In addition to this, there's a few things listed on Apple's release note website. So if we take a look at that, on Apple's public-facing release note website, if we scroll down to watchOS 26.2, you'll see that there's a few things that they've updated. For example, under Instruments, it says it's resolved the allocation instruments, sometimes failing to report reference counting operations for native Swift types. More for developers there. We also have a new feature for developers for StoreKit, as well as resolved issues as well. So a couple other things that they've mentioned here, again, specifically for developers. As far as security updates, well, there's a few things worth mentioning here as well. If we scroll down on Apple's security website, you'll see the latest release with iOS 26.2, iOS 18.7.3, as well as watchOS 26.2. In this update, there's quite a few new updates as far as security, everything from Foundation to multi-touch to screen time and WebKit. So lots of different things here, and you can see if we read one of these, maybe with messages, the impact was an app may be able to access sensitive user data. They fixed it with an information disclosure issue was addressed with improved privacy controls. Then you have the CVE number and the person that submitted the actual issue to Apple. So those are all of the things here, and if you're wondering if you should install watchOS 26.2, well, I would highly recommend it for the security updates, but it also seems to fix the overall smoothness and usability. So just using it regularly seems to be pretty good and smooth overall. You'll see everything's just opening quickly, no real issues here, it refreshes. Sometimes this can take a moment, of course, depending on your overall connection, but if we go maybe into noise, it takes a second, decibels will start picking up here, so everything's working as expected, super smooth on the Apple Watch Ultra 3. As far as battery life, I know some people were concerned about this with watchOS 26.2. The only issue I can find, you can see that wasn't super smooth when I opened up the control center here. My overall battery has been pretty good. I've been wearing this all day, every day for quite some time now, since basically the hypertension notifications, and you can see I have, well, basically 58%, and that's wearing it all day long, taking it off the charger, probably 10 hours or so ago, depending on when I put it on for the first time today. If we take a look at the settings and battery itself, so we'll go down to battery here. Within battery, if we go to battery health, scroll down, you'll see I'm at 100% capacity on the Apple Watch Ultra 3. That typically doesn't drop that fast. I saw that even on the Apple Watch Ultra 2 that it took quite some time. But again, it's easily getting me through the day. You can see probably around 10 a.m. I took it off the charger and it's going to 58% now. Now, sometimes it's better, sometimes it's worse, but my phone did reboot with the new update and everything else. So we'll have to give it a day or so, but overall I've had pretty good battery life on watchOS 26.2. When it comes to releases, we can expect maybe a new beta before the end of the year. Typically after this update, or iOS 18.2 last year, iOS 26.2 this year, we should expect maybe iOS 26.3 Beta 1 and watchOS 26.3 Beta 1. That would be maybe next week on Monday or Tuesday, and that should be the last beta until the rest of the year. Typically Apple goes on vacation for the holiday and they return in the second or third week of January, so maybe we'll see Beta 2 on the 5th or 6th. Then we'll see the major update in March with Siri 2.0, Apple Intelligence updates, and that would be around iOS 26.4 or watchOS 26.4. Then, of course, the next major version will be shown for the first time at WWDC 2026 in June, usually on a Monday or Tuesday, the second week of June, and that's where we'll see iOS 27 and watchOS 27. So that's what we expect as far as releases. There are no new watch faces in this update, but as far as the watch face I'm using, many people ask me about that. It's the modular watch face, and the complication in the middle is called Lumi. You can count down to golden hour, one of the best times to take photo and video. You can have it show sunrise, first light, golden hour, twilight ends. Those different apps or different complications are available. And then on the outside is just pretty typical. We have the date, we have activity, the compass, messages, and then weather. So that's all I have set here. I've used this watch face for a very long time, but if you are wondering what it is, hopefully that will help you out. So that's everything with watchOS 26.2. Not a huge update, but some nice bug fixes and additional feature changes. Let me know your experience with it, as well as battery life, in the comments below. And of course, if you'd like to get your hands on this wallpaper, I'll link it in the description like I normally do. If you haven't subscribed already though, please subscribe. And if you enjoyed the video, please give it a like. As always, thanks for watching. This is Aaron. I'll see you next time.